Morning, one and all. Today I am starting unit 3. Okay, unit name is synchronous generators. Okay, unit 3 name is synchronous generator. Okay, in that first topic is the construction of an alternator. Okay, first of all, what is the constructional parts are there in the case of a alternator? Okay, it is also called as the synchronous generator. After that, we discuss what is the working principle of synchronous generators. Okay, first of all, what are the basic parts that will be there in the case of a synchronous generator? First, what is the basic definition for that? An alternator. Okay, an alternator is an electrical generator. Okay, alternator is a electrical generator that converts mechanical energy to the electrical energy. When we are giving the mechanical energy input to that machine, then it will be converted into the electrical energy in the form of alternating current. Okay, alternating current means the AC. Okay, therefore an alternator is a electrical generator, okay, that converts mechanical energy to the electrical energy. Okay, in the case of first unit, we are studying about the DC generator and the DC motor. Okay, what is meant by DC generator? In the daily life also we are seeing that DC generators. Okay, what is the main usage of that generators? When the power will be cut off, in that case we switch on that generators. Okay, that means when we are giving the petrol or diesel to that input, then that generator is converted into that petrol or diesel into the electrical energy. Okay, that is it converts mechanical energy to the electrical energy. Similarly, the synchronous generator or the alternator is an electrical generator. Okay, understand my? It is an electrical generator that converts mechanical energy to the electrical energy. Okay, that converts mechanical energy to the electrical energy in the form of alternating current. Okay, in the form of alternating current. Okay, therefore most alternator use a rotating magnetic field with stationary armature. Okay, therefore the most of the alternators were using the rotating magnetic field, okay, with stationary armature. Okay, therefore the armature is stationary and the magnetic field is rotated. Okay, according to the Faraday's law, when the magnetic field is rotated, in that case only that magnetic field is cut by the armature conductors, therefore an EMF is induced. Okay, so in this case, okay, in the case of a DC generator, okay, the armature conductor is rotated and the magnetic field is stationary. But in this case of alternator, okay, in the case of alternator, the magnetic field is rotating and the armature is stationary. Okay, that is the only difference between the DC generator and the synchronous generator or the AC generator. Okay, it is also called as the AC generator. Okay, we already study about the DC generators. Okay, what is the working principle of DC generator? That is Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Okay, understand ma? What is the Faraday's law? Whenever the conductor cuts the flux lines, an EMF is induced. Okay, on that principle, the DC generator is operated and then it gives the electrical energy. Okay, therefore, the working principle of alternator or the synchronous generator is same as that of a DC generator. Only the difference is the instead of stationary magnetic field, we are using the rotating magnetic field and the armature is stationary. Okay, and the armature is stationary. Okay, understand ma? This is the only single difference. Okay, this is the only single difference between the alternator AC generator and the DC generator. Okay, therefore in this case a rotating magnetic field with stationary armature. Okay, in the case of a DC generator, okay, in the case of a DC generator, okay, the armature is rotating and the magnetic field is stationary. Okay, in the case of a DC generator, the armature is rotating. Okay, that means the armature conductor is rotating and the magnetic field is stationary. And the field is stationary or the constant. Field is stationary or the constant. But in this case of alternator, there is a small difference between the alternator and the DC generator. That is, the armature is stationary. The armature is stationary and the rotating magnetic field is rotated. And the magnetic field is rotating. Okay, and the magnetic field is rotating. This is stationary. Okay, this is the only difference between the alternator and the DC generator. Okay, the working principle is same for both the AC generator and the DC generator. Only there is a single difference between the AC generator and DC generator. Okay, that is, in the case of AC generator, the magnetic field is rotating and the armature is stationary. Okay, therefore armature is stationary and the field is rotating. But in the case of a DC generator, the armature is rotating and the field is stationary. The armature is rotating and the field is stationary. Okay, this is the single difference between the AC generator and the DC generator. Okay, therefore it is also known as the synchronous generator. Okay, therefore the alternator is also known as the synchronous generator. Okay, understand me? An alternator is an electrical generator, okay, that converts mechanical energy to the electrical energy in the form of alternating current. Okay, most of alternator uses the rotating magnetic field and stationary armature Okay, therefore the alternator is known as the synchronous generator. Therefore the alternator is known as the synchronous generator. Okay, the construction the working principle for that AC generator and the synchronous DC generator is same. Only the difference is, in the case of a DC generator, the armature is rotating and the field is stationary. But in the case of alternator, the armature is stationary and the field is rotating. Okay, understand ma? That is the similar difference between the DC generator and the AC generator. Okay, therefore, constructionally we are having the two parts. Okay, constructionally the alternator having two parts. That is, first one is the stator and second one is the rotor. Second one is the rotor. Okay, in that name also stator. Stator means the stationary path. There is no rotating in this case of stator. Okay, therefore stator means the stationary part of a AC generator. Stationary path. Next, coming to the rotor. What is meant by the rotor? Okay, this is the rotating path of a machine. Okay, this is the rotating part of a machine. Okay, basically, constructionally, the alternator is divided into two parts, that is stator and the rotor. Okay, stator is the stationary part of a machine and rotor is the rotating part of a machine. Okay, clear? Okay, this is the constructional parts of an alternator. Okay, this is the constructional part of an alternator. Okay, this is the stator, rotor. Okay, this is the rotor and this is the stator and this is the stator. At the outermost we are having the stator and the innermost we are having the rotor. Okay, therefore stator is the stationary path and rotor is the rotating path. and this is the pulley and drive and shield. This is the drive and shield, and this is the pulley, and this is the collector ring and shield. All parts will be fixed in this channel. Okay, this is the outermost cover. Okay, these are the various parts in the case of an alternator. Okay, in this case, the main parts are the stator and the rotor. Okay, understand? In the main parts are the stator and the rotor. Okay, this is the stator part and this is the rotor part. Okay, this is the overall view parts of this alternator. First, coming to the stator. Okay, the stator is like this. In the practical view, the stator is like this. Okay, therefore, the stator is the stationary part of an alternator. Okay, therefore, the stator is the stationary part of an alternator. Okay, and consisting of a three-phase armature winding. Okay, in this case, the three-phase armature winding is there. Therefore, the stator fold is built up of silicon steel laminations. Okay, these are the silicon steel laminations. Why? Because this will be laminated to the silicon steel means to reduce the eddy current losses. Okay, understand ma? To reduce the eddy current losses. Okay, therefore the silicon steel laminations are used. Okay, therefore the laminations are provided with the slots. Okay, therefore these laminations are provided with the slots. Each slots having the laminations, okay, on its inner periphery and are packed tightly together by a cast iron frame. Okay, this is the cast iron frame. Okay, therefore all the slots are to be packed tightly together and formed by the frame, that is the cast iron frame, and it is formed with the cast iron frame. Okay, it consisting of a laminations are provided with the slots. Okay, therefore in that slots we are having the laminations. Okay, therefore the inner periphery and are packed tightly together to form a cast iron or the iron frame. Okay, therefore the three-phase windings are placed in these slots. Okay, therefore the three-phase windings are placed in these slots and serves as the armature winding of the alternator. Okay, therefore the armature winding is always connected in the star. Okay, therefore these windings are connected in the star and the neutral is connected to the ground. Okay, understand ma? And the neutral is connected to the ground. Okay, this is the stator and this is the practical view of that stator. Okay, this is the practical view of a stator. Okay, this is the stationary part of a mission, stationary part of an alternator. Okay, therefore it consisting of a three-phase armature winding. Therefore the armature winding is connected to this stator core. Okay, the stator core is built up of silicon steel laminations. Why? Because means to reduce the eddy current losses. Okay, therefore the laminations are provided with the slots. Okay, therefore these laminations are provided with the slots on its inner periphery and are packed tightly together by the cast iron frame. Okay, and are packed together by the cast iron frame. Okay, therefore the three-phase windings are placed in these slots and serves as the armature winding Okay, therefore the armature windings are connected in star connection and neutral is grounded. Okay, this is the practical view of that stator and this is the number of laminations. Okay, each and every slot having the laminations. Okay, therefore the inner periphery and are packed tightly together this cast iron frame. Okay, therefore the three-phase windings are placed at these slots and serves the armature windings. Okay, this is the practical view of a stator. Okay, understand ma? Next, coming to the rotor. Next, I'm coming to the rotor. Okay, this is the practical view of that rotor. Okay, this is the practical view of a rotor. In that name, we are having the rotor means the rotating part. Okay, a rotor is the rotating part of an alternator. Okay, it is the rotating part of an alternator. Stator is the stationary part of an alternator. Okay, therefore, it carries a field winding. Okay, in this rotor, it carries the field winding which is supplied with the DC current through the two slip rings, which is supply at the DC current through the slip rings. Okay, by a separate DC source. Okay, by a separate DC source, the field windings are supplied with the DC current. Okay, therefore, this DC source is generally a small DC generator is mounted on the shaft of the alternator. Okay, therefore, this DC source is given by the small DC generators. Okay, that will be mounted on the shaft on the alternators. Okay, therefore, constructionally, this rotor having the two constructional types, that are the silent pole type of construction. Next one is the cylindrical type of construction. First, coming to the silent pole type of construction or silent pole type of rotor. Okay, the silent means the sticking out or a projected out. Okay, therefore, silent means the name silent normal meaning means sticking out or a projected out. Okay, therefore, a silent pole is a magnetic pole. Okay, this is the magnetic pole that is projected out of a rotor surface. Okay, this will be projected with the rotor surface. Okay, therefore, the silent pole alternators are slow speed machines. Okay, this type of construction will be used for the slower rating of that speeds. Okay, therefore, in this case, the speeds are varies in between the 150 to 600 RPM. Okay, therefore, the speed of these silent pole rotors are 150 to 600 RPM. Therefore, these alternators are driven by the hydraulic turbines. Okay, this type of silent pole type of rotors are used, alternators are used in the case of a hydraulic turbines. Hydraulic turbines. Okay, there are called as the water wheel generators or the hydro generators. Okay, therefore, these are called as the hydro generators or the water wheel generators. Next one is the silent pole type rotor has the non-uniform air gap. Okay, it having the non-uniform air gap and 2 or 4 poles. Okay, and in this case, we are using the 2 or 4 poles. Okay, therefore, the silent pole construction cannot be made strong enough to withstand the mechanical stresses for that higher speeds. Okay, therefore, this silent type of rotor will be used for that slower rating of the speeds. Okay, therefore, this type of machines will be used for that less mechanical stresses. Okay, therefore, this is the normal view for that silent pole type of rotors. Okay, in this case, we are consisting of the 2 poles, 2 north poles and the 2 south poles. Okay, this is the field winding and this is the projected pole and this is the bolt shaft. At the inner surface, we are having the shaft and this will be give for that mechanical support to that shaft. Okay, it is used for the low and the medium speed alternators. Okay, therefore, the silent pole type of rotors is used for the low and the medium speed of alternators and used in the hydro and the diesel power stations, and this will be used in the hydro and the diesel power stations. Okay, therefore, the poles are made of a laminated sheets. Okay, in this case, the poles are made with the laminated sheath and fixed to the rotor by a dovetail joint. Okay, therefore, this will be fixed to the rotor. Okay, therefore, the short circuit damper bars are placed in the slots. Okay, therefore, the damper windings are placed in between the slots. Okay, these are the slots. Therefore, the damper windings are placed in between the slots. Okay, these are used to prevent the hunting and to provide the starting torque in a synchronous motors. Okay, therefore by using this we provide the starting torque. Therefore the field coils are placed on the poles. Okay, next type of construction is the cylindrical rotor type. Okay, next type of construction is a cylindrical rotor type. Okay, this is the cross-sectional view for that cylindrical type of rotors. Practical view. Okay, this is the non-projected surface type. Okay, this is the non-projected surface type. The cylindrical rotor type, rotor has a small diameter and the large length. Okay, the diameter is very small and the length is large. Okay, therefore this cylindrical rotor type is used for the high speeds and has the uniform air gap. Okay, this type of rotor construction is used for the high speeds and as a uniform air gap. Okay, therefore these cylindrical rotors have 4 or more poles. Okay, therefore high speed alternators, that is 1500 to 3000 rpm, are driven by that steam turbines. Okay, this will be used in the case of a steam turbines and use of non-silent type of rotors. Why? Because means that gives noiseless operation at high speeds. The flux is uniformly distributed along the periphery. So proper sine wave is obtained, which gives the better EMF. Okay, understand ma? Okay, this cylindrical type of rotors will be used in the case of a high speed missions. Okay, therefore it having the non-projected surface and then its diameter is very small and the length longer length. Okay, therefore this cylindrical type of rotor is used for that high speeds. Okay, therefore in that we are having the 4 or more poles. Okay, this will be used for that 1500 to 3000 rpm and are driven by the steam turbines as a non-silent type of rotors. Okay, therefore the slots are, this is the cross-sectional view for that cylindrical type of rotor. Okay, this is the number of slots, north pole and the south pole. In between these slots we are fixing the field coils. Okay, the number of poles are less when compared to the silent pole. When compared to the silent pole, the number of poles are less. Okay, therefore the diameter is also less. Then the axial length is more. Okay, the length of this type of rotor is more. Okay, in this case the air gap is uniform. Okay, the prime mover speed is more and is driven into the thermal turbines. Okay, therefore these are used in the thermal stations. So these are called as the turbo generators. Okay, therefore it is also called as the turbo generators. Okay, understand ma? This is also called as the turbo generators. Okay, these are the different classifications are there in the classifications. Parts are there in the case of a alternator. So first of all, alternator is also known as the synchronous generator or the AC generator. Okay, the other name for that alternator is the synchronous generator or the AC generator. Okay, the working principle of this alternator is same as that of a DC generator. Okay, what is the working principle of DC generator? That is Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Okay, what is the Faraday's laws? Whenever the conductor cuts the flux lines and EMF is induced. Okay, that is the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. And the basis of that principle, okay, the DC generators and also the AC generator is also operated, but only the difference between that DC and the AC generator is that in the case of AC generator, the rotating magnetic field is rotated. Okay, therefore the magnetic field is rotated and the armature is stationary. Okay, but in the case of a DC generator, the magnetic field is stationary and the armature is rotating. Okay, therefore the magnetic field is stationary and the armature is rotating. That is the only single difference between the AC generator and the DC generator. Okay, basically the alternator consisting of a two parts, that is the stator and the rotor. Okay, therefore stator is the stationary part of a machine and the rotor is the rotating part of a machine. Okay, therefore this is the various parts in the case of that alternator. Okay, this is the practical view of that constructional parts of an alternator. Okay, this is the rotor and this is the stator. Okay, this is the practical view for that stator winding. Okay, this is the stator. Okay, basically, okay, this is the rotor of an alternator and this is the stator of an alternator. Okay, when the three-phase supply is given to the three-phase stator winding and rotating magnetic field is produced. Okay, due to that rotating magnetic field, an EMF is induced in the rotor. Okay, this is the rotor. And this is the stator. Okay, we constructionally we are having the two parts. This is the rotor, inner we are having the rotor and outer is the stator. Okay, therefore the three-phase supply is given to the stator winding. When we are giving the supply to that stator winding, an alternating flux is produced. That means the rotating magnetic field is produced. Okay, therefore due to that rotating magnetic field, an EMF is induced in the rotor conductor. That is the basic working of that alternator. Okay, understand, ma? Okay, these are the various parts of that alternator. And this is the practical view for that rotor. So this is the practical view of a stator. This is a stationary part. The three-phase supply is given to the stator winding. Therefore, the rotating magnetic field is produced. Okay, how the rotating magnetic field is produced? Okay, therefore, when we are giving the AC supply to that three-phase stator winding, therefore, the alternating flux will be produced in these slots. Okay, in that slots, okay, we are having the number of windings. Okay, therefore these slots are joined or packed tightly together by a cast iron frame. Okay, and these are having the number of laminations for reducing the eddy current losses. Okay, understand, ma? This is the stator and this is the rotor. Okay, in that rotor we are having the two parts, that is the silent pole type of rotor and next one is the cylindrical pole type. Okay, this is the practical view for that silent pole type of rotors. This type of rotors will be used for that small and the medium speeds. And this is the practical view for that cylindrical type of rotors. Okay, this type of rotors will be used for that large speeds. Okay, understand, ma? Okay, this is the cross-sectional view of that cylindrical pole type of rotors. Okay, when compared to that, the diameter is less and also long length. Okay, in this case, the air gap is uniform. These are used for in the case of a thermal stations for driving the turbines. Okay, therefore it is also called as the turbo generators. Why? Because it is called as the turbo generator. Therefore, it is drives the turbines. Okay, understand? Okay, in the next class, we discuss about what is the working principle of that alternator and how the rotating magnetic field is produced in the case of a alternators. Okay, that all will be discussed in the next class. Okay, thank you. Continue in the next class.